And then the same person said the question, Man sharrun nas, who is the worst of all people? And the Prophet said, Al-ulama idha fasid. And the worst of all the people are scholars if they become fasid. So is it a new thing which is happening today? Wasn't it there in the time of Rasulullah? Wasn't Abu Huraira available in the time of Rasulullah? He was an alim too. We need to have awareness, like in Farsi there is a proverb, they say, Shiravande bhai aqil bashar. And the listener has to be aware enough not to get fooled. There will always be possibly people who are trying to deceive you. What happened to your own intellect? As long as you are ready to fall prey to their victimization, this is going to continue. So in the time of Imam Sahib Islam al-Islam,
Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
are strong enough that no one can fool around. One person is stronger than thousands. Some people say 313 are less. I say 313 are more. Well, that's not the total number of his supporters. He is the elite commander of his force. The total number are way more than that. So Sufaha, and now and then the Qatil, the nation. Ziyarat of Ashura is talking about the nation in this text, who is the crime of qatl and massacre is related to the nation who did it. And then, fourth of all, we curse the supporters. So now the crime is taking place. It requires support. And there are lots of people who are standing there supporting in every which way possible to facilitate the crime to happen. So, like the common example I give in my speeches, that even if you pick up a paper clip and you put it on the table of a zalim, this is an unforgivable sin. In terms of the support of the zalim, this is enough for you to get resurrected along with the zalim in the day of judgment. If you can think of a smaller example, smaller than what came in my mind, that's also enough for you to be resurrected with the zalim in the day of judgment. If we support a taghut. So, supporters, and that's referred in the Ziyarat of Ashura as وَلَعْنَ اللَّهُ الْمُمَهِّدِينَ Al-Mumahhideen means those who are doing tamheed, paving the way for the crime to happen. They are all the supporters. Supporters are the ones who pave the way. Sixth of all and last of all, we curse those who are radi and pleased with the crime. The crime now happened or is about to happen. Even in that case, there may be people who are robbing at the time of when the crime is taking place, or before taking place, or after taking place. Doesn't matter. All the three situations are included. So anyone who is radi and pleased with the crime is part of the crime. And Imam Ali has said more to it. In Nahl al-Balagha, Imam Ali says, "Ar-radi bi-fi'li qawmin kad-dakhil fihi ma'a." A person who is pleased about the act of a nation is like the person who is with the nation in it, in that action. When you're sitting home, you're not doing anything, you're just watching your TV and you find this group of people attacked that group of people and this many innocent people were killed. You're sitting at home and you're not pleased with the news. Oh, that's okay, what's wrong with that? Let it be. In Islam, in Islamic divine value system, now you are part of it. You can say, I was not even there, I'm sitting at home. Well, this is Nahl al-Balagha. Not just that, Imam Ali says more than that. He says, وَلِكُلِّ دَاخِلٍ فِي بَاطِنٍ إِثْمَانِ. Everyone who is in the crime has two sins. Ismul amale bihi, one sin related to acting on that sin, doing the sin. Wa ismul rida bihi, the other sin, and the sin of getting pleased with the sin. So being pleased with the sin is another sin in Islam. in addition to doing it. And if you are Radi, you get 2 sins. This is not balagha, that's not me. So keeping that in mind, it doesn't leave any room for neutrality. For any person to say that we are neutrals. There is no neutrality. You have to take sides. It's human to take sides. It's human to first decide what is right and what's wrong. So we cannot support everyone. We have to decide who is Ahlul Haqq. Isn't that right? And in order to understand who is Ahlul Haqq, those who belong to Haqq and righteousness, you have to first understand what actually Haqq is in the eyes of Quran and Ahlul. Then and only then you will be successfully able to understand who are Ahlul Haqq. Isn't that right? And if you are looking to personalities, then you will never be able to define Haqq. Just like it happened again, let's go back to the history, which is protected for us to take lessons. It's not a fairy tale. So we find in the time of Imam Ali, some persons came and said, how can it be that you, Ali ibn Abi Talib, you are the only one on the Haqq, and al-Mu'minin, Aisha, Talha, Zubair, such famous companions of Rasulullah. They spend their lives with the Prophet. All of them are on batil. They're big personalities of Islam. And you are the only one who are on this side. And look at what Imam Ali says, إِنَّكَ لَمَلْبُوسٌ عَلَيْكَ. You are basically confused. إِنَّ الْحَقَّ وَالْبَاطِلِ لَا يُعْرَفَانِ بِأَقْدَارِ الرِّجَالِ. Haqq and batil are not recognized by the status of the personalities of the people. That means you first define a personality so high, that's a given fact. He's already high, he will always be high. Why always be high? Why do you give to any personality the status of being always high and always correct? So he's an idol in your mind already, and now you try to put Haqq and Batil upon him being the criteria of judging Haqq and Batil. This is the way that people were doing against Imam Ali. Isn't that right? So Imam Ali is trying to make them to come to the opposite. First learn what Haqq is and what Batil is. Imam Ali says, اعرف الحق, recognize the Haqq, تعرف أهله. You will end up recognizing those who are Ahlul Haqq. And اعرف الباطل, recognize the Batil, you will end up recognizing those who are Ahlul Batil. That's the way it works. First things first. So, Radi, being pleased, and coming to the end of the speech, Radi being pleased with the crime, وَلَعْنَ اللَّهُ أُمَّةً بَلَغَهَا ذَلِكَ الرَّجُلَ فِيهِ. Some of the narrations. وَلَعْنَ اللَّهُ مَنْ شَايَعَ ذَلِكَ وَبِالْبَرَاءَةِ مِنْ أَشْيَاعِهِمْ وَأَتْبَاعِهِمْ. اللَّهُمَّ لَعَنْهُمْ جَمِيعًا. These praises are clear to understand that every person who is pleased with what happened are equally cursed by Allah despite their crime. So, in Islam it's very easy to justify any goodness. Someone is doing a good job in some remote corner in some island in the Pacific Ocean. And I just get the news about what he's doing and he's arguing with people of God. He's protecting an orphanage in some island in the Pacific Ocean. And I'm pleased with what he's doing. I'm Radi with the good deed that is performed by somebody else in some corner of the world. Just because I'm Radi, this is enough for me to be entitled to get the same Quran. Right? How easy in Islam without doing it. If I'm Radi with something, I'm part of it. And the opposite is true as well. If I'm Radi about a crime, I'm part of the same crime. So this presentation after the Battle of 15 ended, when my brother didn't know about the Battle of 15. I told him. And he said, I wish I knew that the Battle of 15 against Muawiyah is taking place. I would support Imam Ali as well. He didn't know about the news. Imam Ali inquired from this person who gave me the news. He said, yes, my brother had this sincere intention. And if he knew on time, he would definitely come to support me. Imam Ali said he was with us. And not just him, but Imam Ali also mentions, in other words, Imam Ali also mentioned that all those children who were in the views of the father, and the views of the mother, till the day of judgment, were also with us. So all the kids who will be born till the day of judgment, who will have this niyat after they get born, that if they had a chance to support Imam Ali, they would have supported Imam Ali salam. All of them are with Imam Ali. Look at the beauty of our religion. Your niyat takes you that far. Being pleased with some action, positively or negatively, takes you that far and gets you to those high rewards. So, we find Allahumma anhum jami'a, all of those criminals. So these are the 6 categories of people who were cursed by the Ziyarat Ashura, the Mu'assis, and knowingly doing the crimes. Those people, Barbari mullahs, and anyone else who knowingly does it. Third of all, the sufaha, the simple-minded and stupid people of the community, and the qatil, and the supporters of the qatil, and last of all, those who are razi and pleased with all their crime. So this person said he lost his eyes, he had eyesight. And somebody said to this person who was sitting in Kufa, what happened to you? You had eyes. After the incident of Karbala, he lost his eyesight. The person in Kufa lost his eyesight. And I will end it there. Somebody asked him, what happened to your eyesight? He said, yes, after Karbala, I saw the Prophet in my dream.
Allahumma